I'm Merely Caruso. It's Monday, April 27th. Today, logging off. Why Manitoba Premier Rob Canoe says the province is moving to ban children from social media. Also today, school bus crash. What we're learning from the scene of the accident and how the students are doing. Plus cuts for a cause.
He would get to have his entertainment and not think about chemo.
How haircuts are helping children's dreams come true. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Our province is poised to introduce Canada's first ban on social media for children. Premier Rob Canoe made the announcement over the weekend at an NDP fundraiser, and reaction is pouring in. Canoe says social media platforms and AI chatbots can harm young people's development and contribute to anxiety and depression. Details on the age limit, when a ban could go into effect, or how the province would have jurisdiction over international platforms hasn't yet been released. The proposed ban, though, is inspired by Australia's law, which requires platforms to keep youth under the age of 16 off social media apps or face penalties. And while other provinces have discussed potential bans, Canoe says Manitoba will be the first to implement one. Coming up at 6 o'clock, reaction to the Premier's plan. CTV's John Hendrick spoke to a tech expert today who warns this ban won't be easy to execute and could do more harm than good. That's all coming up next hour. Some scary moments for Winnipeg students this morning after their school bus crashed into a tree. Take a look. The front of the bus crumpled after it collided with that tree on Forest Cove Drive in Tyndall Park shortly before 9 a.m. The Winnipeg Fire Paramedic Service tells CTV all 27 children and the driver on board the bus at the time were assessed. No one needed to be taken to hospital. The bus lists Dasmesh School on its side, which is a private kindergarten to grade 8 school with locations on King Edward Street and in West St. Paul. The traffic unit is investigating what caused the crash. A 41-year-old man was detained in custody after an alleged unprovoked assault in St. Vital. Winnipeg police say around 11 o'clock Saturday morning, a 43-year-old man was standing at the intersection of Abenouji-Mikina and St. Mary's Road, where the 41-year-old was panhandling. Police say the 41-year-old approached the 43-year-old and, without provocation, physically assaulted him. The 41-year-old tried to steal the victim's cell phone but wasn't successful. The victim received minor injuries and the suspect left the area. Later that night, around 8 o'clock, officers were called back to the same area for another panhandling incident, and this time they arrested the 41-year-old. He's charged with assault. A historically significant structure in West Winnipeg is facing an uncertain future. Over the weekend, the organization which operates Grant's Old Mills historic site posted on Instagram that the building will need to be permanently closed, then carefully dismantled and replaced. The building has been closed to visitors since last May, as we knew it was in need of structural repairs. The St. James Assiniboia Pioneer Association is trying to raise $600,000 for the new construction. The association says it will unveil comprehensive plans for the site on Cuthbert Grant Day, which is July 11th. The mill was built in 1975 and is a replica of an 1829 mill built by Cuthbert Grant, one of the earliest Métis leaders here in Manitoba. An exhibition showcasing the history of Sikh servicemen made its way to Manitoba for the first time. Sikh Heritage Manitoba held an official launch event Saturday at Maples Collegiate for Sikh Century of Service. The exhibition highlights the history of Sikh servicemen during the First World War by showcasing artifacts, archival records, and personal statements. Hundreds of attendees gathered to view the exhibit. The organization spokesperson says out of 10 Sikh soldiers from Canada, 2 of them are from Winnipeg.
It's one of those stories that's not, well known. So we're trying to bring those stories to not only the community, but for the next generation as well, so that they're aware of these facts and they recognize that Sikhs have proudly called Manitoba their home for 100 years.
The organization is planning to bring the exhibition to other places in Manitoba in the future. April is Sikh Heritage Month in Canada. Winnipeg High School girls flag football play is back in action tonight, and the athletes are out enjoying their very first outdoor games of the season. Live at Princess Auto Stadium, where all the fun is underway, is CTV's Joseph Bernacki. Joseph, how's it going over there? Oh, are you in the lineup?
I'm not in the lineup, Marilee, but maybe they'll need me as a last-minute game-time substitution. Of course, we're having a great time so far at Princess Auto Stadium. This is the third year the Winnipeg Blue Bombers have organized the high school girls flag football league, and it's been great to see the league take off. In just about 20 minutes' time, there's going to be 5 games starting at 5:30 tonight. You can see some of the athletes behind me just taking the field right now. There's going to be a whole slew of games on throughout the evening tonight, and it's the first day for this league that they've been able to move the games from indoors to outdoors. Now, it's a little breezy right now on the concourse. Every so often we get that cold gust of wind, so hopefully when we go down by field level it'll be a little bit warmer. But just in terms of some of the numbers, really exciting to see the game of football grow for women in the province. Organizers from the Bombers were just telling me before we were live, almost 600 athletes from Manitoba are taking place in this league that started, this season started about the first week of April. We're about 4 weeks in through the season. The schedule is going to go for about another 2 weeks. Then they're going to be running playoffs here at Princess Auto Stadium. 40 teams from different high schools across the city and a few outside of Winnipeg as well. Coming up in a little bit in the 6 o'clock hour, we're going to be hopefully speaking with a coach, an organizer, maybe an athlete as well, and maybe throwing the football a little bit. So stay tuned for CTV News Winnipeg.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks, Joseph. Let's check in with Colleen Brady now and get a first look at your flag football Skywatch forecast, Colleen. Anyone heading down to watch those games, what are they in for? How should they dress?
Well, they better hold on to their hats at least early this evening. I crossed Portage in Maine by foot today, and I think it earned its reputation for being the windiest intersection or corner in Canada because those north winds, wow, they almost blew me over. But those winds will ease up this evening. That's the good news there. We've enjoyed sunshine most of the day, and you can see it's still quite clear. But again, look at these arrows traveling down your screen. These are north winds. They're still coming at a good clip, but they will, like I say, ease up. Parts of the south got off to a soggy start. I'll explain what happened there and where that rain has gone. A look ahead to the rest of this week. It looks pretty nice for Winnipeg and the surrounding regions. The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bathfitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution in Winnipeg right now. It's 9 degrees. It's windy. Those winds still from the north, 23 kilometers an hour with wind gusts up to 39. The pressure is dropping and the humidity is 39%. Out in traffic on this Monday afternoon, a live look at the south end of the bridge there onto St. Mary's Road, the Norwood Bridge, of course. Looks pretty busy as we're approaching the peak of the afternoon rush.
Removing the brakes, why getting your driver's license is getting easier. We'll tell you why after the break.
Get Winnipeg's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Taking a look at the markets today, crude oil added $1.97. The loonie rose to 73.45 cents U.S. Gold futures lost $47. The TSX dropped 85 points. The Dow Jones slipped 62 points, while the Nasdaq added 50 points. MPI is making it easier for high school students to get their licenses this summer by doubling the amount of spots available in its Summer Driver's Ed term. The Crown Corporation is offering a condensed version of its 12-week course. It's adding 600 additional spots in the term, bumping it up to 1,200 available spaces across the province. The condensed classes will take place over 2.5 weeks and will feature in-car lessons as well as virtual classroom instruction. As for the first time, both daytime and evening courses are being made available. The class costs $50 for high school students, and MPI covers the rest. Interested students should sign up as a new MPI customer and purchase the driver education service at an MPI or Autopack dealer by May 9th. Class 5 road tests will be available on select Saturdays starting in June. The Prime Minister has announced Canada's first sovereign wealth fund. The Canada Strong Fund is launching with an initial investment of $25 billion. The money, in partnership with the private sector, will go towards what's being called nation-building projects. They include things like infrastructure, mining, clean energy, and manufacturing. It also includes a retail investment product, meaning Canadians can invest some of their savings into the fund with their initial invested capital protected. It will have a mandate to deliver market rate returns for Canadians.
These aren't your grandmother's pots. They've got lots of character. Carla's joining us once again from St. Mary's Nursery and Garden Center. This is Get Growing. I cannot get over all of the different styles of pots.
Well, we are kind of, okay, tongue-in-cheek. Okay, don't take me wrong. We're the pot place, but for pottery, okay? So go through.
You said it.
Okay. It just goes. But what we wanted to say about pottery is pottery kind of exudes what your character is of what you want in that area. Whether you really like the lemons.
I love it.
But you said you like the strawberry pots too.
I do. Okay. I want all of them.
Yeah, but it's a strawberry, and there are strawberry pots for growing strawberries in different pockets.
Aww.
But if you look at it, and we're walking through on the sides, the characteristics and the whimsy that you can get from different types of pots are there. So when you're coming down, taking a look at different types of pottery, you have to think of the functionality, the placement, and the purpose for that pot, right? So now I'm going to show you in different areas. There's pottery, and as you go into the different types of pottery, there are two types. One's there's a little plug in the bottom, right?
Oh.
So that I would say that if I keep the plug in, it is now a pot with no drainage, which serves a purpose because I don't want water going onto maybe my desk or something that's on it. But if I really wanted to grow properly, I would water it, let the water drain from the pot, and then plug it back up.
I never know what to do because I never get one.
Okay.
I always forget it. Okay. It's just sitting there with a paper towel under it. I can't be the only one. I can't be. Okay.
You're not the only one because sometimes if it doesn't have it, we call them drop pots. They're cute little drop pots that it doesn't have a hole, but if you keep watering it, it becomes a soup bowl.
Yeah.
Okay? You want a drainage hole.
Okay.
Drainage hole is optional. And a lot of the pots will come with saucers attached. They have little holes on the side so that you're able to monitor. So when you're watering in your pot, the excess water is going to drain off. You want to make sure that you're watering it well so that you're not over-watering and having, again, water drain off onto areas that you don't want it. But the characteristics of it are even to the point where we know that there's natural terracotta that breathe through the clay itself. When you're looking at pottery, you're looking at glazed pottery, which is going to maintain moisture longer. All right?
Oh, okay.
Okay? But if you go into a more natural composite of those types of ceramics, they're going to breathe a little bit better. But it depends on size and style. Here's one of the ones that I said that, see how you feel it?
Yeah.
No glazing, no shininess that's on it. It's got a little slight glazing on the inside, so this one would maintain some moisture. And again, no drainage holes. So take a look at, because a lot of times when people are out there, they fall in love with the shape of the pot or the color of the pot, but also always check the functionality of that pot in order for that plant to survive the best.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is Your Morning Winnipeg from the Pot Store.
Get Growing, brought to you by St. Mary's Nursery and Garden Center. Get a lush yard and garden, thanks to expert advice from gardening professionals.
It will not be so nice when we beat you.
That's not happening.
Going for gold, why heated rivalry is taking home a prestigious award. Those details after the break.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
Brady is back now for Spotlight, and a Grammy-nominated British rock band is heading out on a North American tour.
That's right, and they are planning several stops in Canadian cities for the first time in years. Bring Me the Horizon today announced their latest tour, Post-Human Next Gen, the third Ascension program. That's a mouthful. It promises a high-energy, immersive, multi-sensory experience. The show is set to take over Winnipeg's Canada Life Centre September 26th. General sale tickets are available May 1st on the band's website.
A strong debut this weekend for the new Michael Jackson movie.
Yes, it appears to be starting something at the box office.
I like what you did there.
Q, can you lower the lights for me, please?
Okay.
Michael brought in $97 million U.S. across North America for the best ever debut for a biopic. It's the second largest opening of the year, behind Super Mario Galaxy, which was in second with $21.2 million in ticket sales. Fellow space adventure Project Hail Mary was in third with another $13.2 million.
Heated Rivalry has been recognized with a Peabody Award.
That's right. The award was for promoting a non-toxic side of masculinity.
You will not be so nice when we beat you.
That's not happening.
See you in final.
Jurors say the show inspired gay athletes to come out and made arguably the best cultural impact in TV. The show was created by Montreal director-screenwriter Jacob Tierney and is based on a series of novels by Halifax author Rachel Reed. Heated Rivalry steams into Canada exclusively on Crave.
Streams or steams?
It
is steamy, so.
Very steamy.
I just thought that was cute. I like that. Okay, thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Here is your Monday primetime lineup at 7. Catch The Big Bang Theory and Hockey Fanatics. The Quiz with Balls comes next at 8, and The Rookie starts at 9. It's all right here tonight on CTV. From one bridge to another, from the Norwood now to the St. James Bridge. Well, a tale of two different spans. Look at that. Almost nothing heading north, and everyone is heading south. Slow going there. Right now in the city, it's 9 and windy in those strong, gusty north winds. I will show you your full forecast coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
Air Canada is now the first Canadian airline to offer lie-flat seats on smaller aircraft. The airline says it has 30 new single-aisle planes, which will come with 14 lie-flat seats. Passengers will be able to recline 180 degrees to a fully horizontal bed. The seats will be offered in signature class. These new jetliners will also be capable of flying longer routes. The airline says the planes will soon be in use across the Atlantic from Montreal and Toronto, and will also become a staple on key North American transcontinental markets.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Colleen Brady back now with your Skywatch forecast. Windy out there today.
My goodness, winds also from the north. So yeah, you felt that today for sure. If you're walking around in Winnipeg and across the south, you can see, well, actually, we're not showing those winds right now, but I showed you them earlier. We had those north winds that were driving still coming out of the north. That's still happening. Those winds will be easing up by early this evening. So for those flag football players out at Investors Group Field, you might be starting off in some strong winds, but that will ease up before too long. Some sunshine right now across much of the south. Now, Sprague in the southeast started off the day in rain. That was courtesy of a trough of low pressure associated with a low back over Iowa. That rain moved into northwestern Ontario. It's been raining all day long in places like Dryden and Sioux Lookout. Most of it, though, has moved off further into Ontario. You can see it right around Thunder Bay, very heavy there, and also further south across northern Minnesota and into Wisconsin. But back up around Dryden, there we go. These areas lighting up in gray under a special weather statement. There's more rain expected to come in a very generalized way around these areas. The trouble is the ground is nearly saturated or frozen, so that could cause washouts or water to pond very quickly in some low-lying spots on roads and highways, for example. So do exercise caution if you are in those areas. Closer to the Manitoba border, but still in Ontario and Kenora, it is 5 degrees. 9 in Winnipeg, Steinbach, Pinawa. As we move further west, we drop off a little bit, 7-8 degrees, including in Portage and in Brandon. Northern Manitoba not too far behind, temperatures close to the freezing mark. Now, a much less active weather week is in store than the week that just passed. Of course, we had that major storm system that wound up dumping anywhere from 20 to 40 centimeters of snow in parts of northern Manitoba. And at one point in just a few hours, Thompson looked like it received more than 10 millimeters of freezing rain. So what a wallop that was. Speaking of which, there's that wallop, that rainfall that will continue to push off in the next few hours further to the east. Clouds tonight in the north. We might get a sprinkling of flurries here and there, but not nearly what you went through last week. We'll see the sky clear tonight here in the south as the winds ease up, but they will strengthen once again This time coming out of the northwest tomorrow, but we will see some sunshine. Temperatures a little below where they ought to be, in part because these north winds are drawing down that colder air. We get into the overnight hours, Tuesday night into Wednesday. Still some scattered flurries across the north. We may get a little bit of scattered precipitation of a couple different varieties, either flurries or some showers overnight. Not much there, you can see. We get into Wednesday morning. Again, pretty inactive weather. Certainly look at all that sunshine out to the west. We're not going to get as much of that here in Manitoba, but we will get pockets of it in places, and we will see the sunshine this week in Winnipeg as the temperature continues to rise. Not so much tonight, though. We will slip below freezing, a good 5-6 degrees below normal for this time of year, down to -2, partly cloudy. Winds easing up out of the north at 20 kilometers an hour, but strengthening tomorrow out of the northwest, gusting again. A mix of sun and cloud, a high of 17 degrees. Then we get into the long range. Mix of sun and cloud Wednesday, again, 7 degrees, 9 by Thursday, sunny, and 15 on Friday, conveniently timed for the weekend. 17 on Saturday, and for folks getting ready to run in the Winnipeg Police Service Half Marathon on Sunday, well, a high of 15 in the afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds, so conditions are looking pretty good. Our first weather photo takes a look at the sunrise here in Winnipeg over White Ridge. That photo is from Martha. Now, out in Ukraine, Denise said this handsome fella was staring at his reflection for a good 10 minutes. He is handsome. I can't argue with him. Send us your weather photos to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
Two North Kildonan hair and spa salons held a special event Sunday to help out an organization that makes children's dreams come true. Evalure's salon teamed up with Violet Salon and Spa in Winnipeg's North Kildonan neighborhood for the annual cutathon in support of the Dream Factory. The Manitoba charity helps children fighting life-threatening illnesses by making their dreams come true. The salon offered haircuts for $25, with all the proceeds going to the charity. The salon's owner says her brother Johnny got his wish fulfilled by the charity before succumbing to cancer. In Johnny's case, his wish was to have a gaming center.
He'd go for chemo for 3 weeks in the hospital, or a week in the hospital, and come home for 3, and then he would get to have his entertainment and not think about chemo. So it was just wonderful. This organization deserves a lot of attention, and that's why we do it.
Live music, face painting, and prizes were also offered up to those in attendance. Winnipeg Blue Bomber running back Brady Oliveira also showed up. He took photos and signed shirts for those in attendance. Look at all those happy faces.
Yeah, what an important organization. They do such good, important work and fun work, too.
Yeah.
By the looks of it, lots of smiles.
Yeah, those are great salons, too.
Yeah.
Good deal to help some kids. So Good job on everyone's part. All right, that does it for us this hour. We're back at 6 with much more local news. Hope to see you then.